Shalom, Kohalo Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of GMS, including the elders that came before them, who taught us this truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word of truth and in sincerity. And the brother Yahshua back with another lesson. All right. And we're just going to watch some different events and signs that are signaling the end. Right. And of course, a wicked and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign. Okay. But this is, a way to let you know how close we are to this end. All right. So this is Matthew 16 and 3, Salakia. And in the morning, it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and lowering. O ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky, but can ye not discern the sign of the times? Okay, the signs of the times. Can ye not discern the signs of the times? Okay, let's get Jeremiah real quick. It was Jeremiah 10 and 2. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. For the heathen are dismayed at them. Okay? In other words, hey, this is to let you know what time we're in. Okay? Be not dismayed. That's not something, okay? And this is about reading the stars and, the constellations and the moon. And, there's going to be blood moons. There's going to be different things going on in the sky, right? That for us, they're signs, but for them, they're afraid of things like that. Why? Because they know that their time is growing short. It's a way to measure time. Okay? One more. Let's go to 2nd Ezra 9. All right. This is 2nd Ezra 9 and 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs, which I have told thee before, then thou shalt understand that it is the very same time when the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. That's why they're dismayed at the signs, because they understand as well, hey, here comes the Most High. Okay? All right? For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. What's the end? In what? What's the beginning and what's the end? Okay? Let's start at 7. 2nd Ezra 6 and 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times, or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that falleth? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Okay? So this is what the signs are for. What? The beginning and the ending of the world as we know it, and the beginning of the kingdom of heaven, which is Jacob. It's our time to rule. All right. So let's just watch some videos. All right. Well, where are they? Huh. This. Okay. This is the channel. It's called Start, June 23rd, which is today, I think. Okay, and the name of this is Storm of End of the World. It's Turkey. Giant hail and devastating winds in Balıkesir. Whatever. Okay. And I mean, it's bad, but it ain't that bad. You see some big hail. We've seen big hail before, but just this is the vibration that's going out right now. Okay, let's watch it. That's some pretty big hail. You don't want to get hit with one of those. Looks like it's breaking that glass too. You don't want to be running in that, getting hit. Pop, pop. Imagine that hitting you in the forehead. Baseball size. Storms and tempests. These are signs. Right there's one. Let's go back and find another. Let's go to this. This is.
Check it out, guys. I was able to.
This is Nature News. Hold on. Today, and it says something strange is happening in the sky. Incredible thunderstorms, severe winds, and rain in Poland. Okay.
Ooh.
Whoa, look at that again.
Ooh.
Same thing. Crazy storming, flooding, monsoon type. You would think that it was about to flood. The world is going to flood. On some Noah, this is like as in the times of Noah and the flood. Although we know that's not going to happen again. This time it's fire, but guess what? It's that time. All right, let's get some more here. Okay, let's see what do we got. Let's see. There's more clouds, strange shelf clouds, scary dark cloud. We saw that. Let's go to this. This is Secret Files 333, one of my favorite channels. Today, or is this yesterday? Let me check. Today the 23rd? Yes, today's the 23rd. So that's today. Strange phenomenon. China skies lit up by rockets. Doctor Strange style spark. Is this a rocket? We know how this devil lies, right? He likes to explain away things that have been going on for years and years and years before there was a damn rocket. Okay, so let's watch this.
China's skies lit up by rockets. Doctor Strange-style spiral. Strange phenomenon.
Rocket, huh?
China's skies were lit up by a mysterious white spiral. But an astronomer has claimed that Doctor Strange-style phenomenon is from a rocket. Residents of northwest China saw the strange spiral on June 18th. Images shows a white object spinning above the clouds, expanding in size before vanishing. Hours after China launched its Long March 2C from the Xichang Satellite Launch Center, Pacific Islanders and Chinese residents saw the pneumonia. The Caledonian Astronomical Association.
Look at this. Look at that. Okay. that be a wormhole? A portal?
Shared on Facebook, strange spiral in the skies of New Caledonia and Vanuatu June 18th around 18 p.m. Several witnesses in Yate, Thio, Latantura, and Vanuatu have seen this strange phenomenon. We don't have an explanation, but we are far from specializing in this kind of phenomenon. However, American astronomer Jonathan McDowell told Mail Online the sighting was not mysterious.
Is this blue thing, is that a rocket? Is this well, the payload, right? When the stage of a rocket, all right, separates, and then this thing goes fluttering down, and it makes this perfect thing.
Was merely because of China's rocket launch. He told the website, the spiral happens when the rocket is tumbling end over end while venting its fuel. It's then exactly like a garden sprinkler. Except that because it is in space, the spiral stays perfect over hundreds of miles because there is no air to mess up the shape. That's why it looks surprising to us. We're not used to seeing such perfect geometries because on Earth there's always wind or friction to distort things. The latest spiral sighting came as China launched its first ever crew to its space station earlier on June 17th.
Okay, yeah. Is there any truth to that? Well, let's go back a little bit. Let's go back to, let's say, well, let's just jump straight to it. Let's go to this.
Here we have this large structure, and the witnesses, they can't believe their eyes. It's absolutely shocking.
We have 4 different videos.
Okay, so this is a commercial. Let's skip the commercial.
When the now legendary Nazca lines of Peru were first discovered in
Peru is in South America, all right? We'll get to that, all right? Because this is Jake.
1927.
Wait a minute. Look at that monkey's tail. What's in that monkey's tail right there? Slovakia. What is that? Little spiral there. Is he coming out of that thing? Is that monkey coming out of there? All right. What is that?
Discovered in 1927. They were considered a unique phenomenon. But now, with the benefit of satellite imagery.
And my point is there a rocket? Was there a rocket back then when that thing was constructed?
Thousands of ancient geoglyphs are being found all over the world. In Kazakhstan, in the southwestern United States, in the Atacama Desert of Chile, and in Bolivia.
Almost everywhere around the world, we find what are known as geoglyphs, whether they be the Nazca lines in Peru, British geoglyphs, to those in the Middle East. They're something that are virtually universal around the world, and they have been appearing for many hundreds of years.
But why would ancient people, in so many different locations around the world, all be making signs that can only be seen from above?
We don't know for sure what ancient peoples were trying to communicate through geoglyphs.
Are we sure about that, Mr. Devil? Or are you explaining shit away?
The most important thing is the amount of time and effort that went into building them. They're not quick sketches. Many of them whole community projects. And the time that you spend working on them is time not spent gathering food, not spent defending your land. It's time not spent looking after your children. So the first thing that they communicate is to the community itself what is important to the community.
But could there be another, even more incredible explanation? Is it possible that these ancient geoglyphs were created not for
What's this? What is this spiral?
terrestrial purpose, but for an extraterrestrial one?
Were they making this because they saw a rocket flipping end over end?
Ancient astronaut theorists say yes. And
What is that? Why do we keep seeing this theme? Okay, because they had rockets back then and they could explain it away.
Suggest further clues can be found by examining similar shapes and symbols that occur on a much smaller scale.
Geoglyphs are
Here's the devil. He's going to explain it away. You got to listen to him and take what he's saying at face value. You got to believe him.
gigantic sized versions of what we know as petroglyphs. The most obvious being the rock art that we see on surfaces of stone rock around the world that date back many, many thousands
Here we go.
of years.
Many, many
Petroglyphs
thousands.
are images carved into stone, so incised or hammered away. They occur all over the world, from Australia up through Asia, Europe, Africa, through
Wherever Jake was.
Americas.
Uh-oh. What's this? It's a spiral in a rock because somebody back in the ancient world saw a rocket. Okay. Saw NASA blasting off rockets.
Perhaps more intriguing than the petroglyphs themselves are the eerie similarities between them
Spirals.
and their geoglyphic siblings.
Look.
We see certain symbols recurring again and again.
Oh, yeah, because they were watching rockets. They were watching NASA and Russia fire off rockets.
There are
Look at this.
geometric forms. These take the form of spirals,
Of what?
concentric rings, and other more rectilinear or abstract designs.
Okay, now you think this devil don't know what's going on by now. They know. All right, so good enough. Let's get some more here. All right. And we're just looking at signs of the times. Okay, this thing here, right? Strange phenomena. China's skies lit up by whatever they're calling it, right? This happened a couple of days ago. Again. All right. And what is CERN? What is a Large Hadron Collider? All right. How come they're not coming out and telling you exactly what they're doing there? They're keeping the thing secret. Okay. Let's look at this real quick. Of course, we're gonna have a damn commercial. Okay. This is Ishikar.
Starting 3,000 years ago, the Anasazi culture inhabited the American Southwest. Anasazi means ancient ones, and they paid great attention to the stars. Scientists have determined that in 1054 AD, a supernova explosion was visible from Earth.
Scientists have whatever.
Many believe the first known drawing of this event was found inside an Anasazi cave dwelling. Other cultures, including the Maya, also reportedly possess
That's Ishikar. Possess what?
a surprisingly detailed knowledge of similar celestial events.
Let's get that real quick. We're just going to jump real quick and grab a precept. It's First Chronicles 12. Just to qualify it. First Chronicles 12 and 32. And the children of Issachar were men that had understanding of the times to know what Israel ought to do. The heads of them were 200, and all their brethren were at their commandment. Okay? All right? They were expert with the stars. They could read the stars and note the times. And then you got that Aztec calendar and such. All right? All right, let's get back. Watch a little more of this.
Is it possible that both of these cultures were somehow exchanging information?
They were both tribes from the nation of Israel.
They're separated by thousands of miles, but both the Anasazi of the north and the Mesoamericans of the south found the zone of silence and used it as a meeting place between their two cultures. You can imagine if you studied the stars at night and plotted the constellations, obviously one of the things you're going to see are these meteorites streaking across the sky. If your answers come from the sky, you probably would follow those streaking meteorites and find out where they ended up. And the theory is that they may have found what they were looking for in the zone of silence.
But what other connections exist between these cultures?
They're both Israelites.
And are they of a celestial origin?
Of course they are. Their power. Okay, Yahweh Shem Yahushua was visiting. I'm going to get that in a minute.
If we look back into the ancient beliefs of the Anasazi and the Mesoamericans to the south, we know that there was great belief in sky people, visitors from the sky.
Who could that be?
If these visitors came from the sky, who were they?
Yahweh Shem Yahushua and the Holy Hosts.
And there's a similarity to the beings being reported as tall, pale skin, white hair.
Lie. Where's that at? Where's that information at? That's a lie. Show some receipts, liar.
Which is not indigenous to the dark-skinned, dark-haired people found in that region, but does match many of the South American descriptions of their gods.
Lie. Where's that at?
According to legend, these so-called visitors from the sky made themselves known to an ancient people.
Their people. The children of Israel. So your lies don't work on us no more.
Is it possible that they are still making themselves known today?
There are a number of reports of UFOs in the zone of silence.
Probably the most prominent and most popular report came out of the town of Ceballos. It was on a late summer afternoon when a number of townspeople saw an object hovering in the sky on the outskirts of town.
The chariots of Israel.
They described it as being about 100 meters wide. It had multicolor lights flashing, wasn't doing anything. It was just hovering in the desert. After a while, it simply took off and headed out into the zone of silence.
I think, too, that as what's going on today, the high activity of UFO sightings, the anomalous reports that are still going on today, perhaps there is a connection. Maybe it's a vortex.
Vortex. What's that spiral? Okay. Anyway. All right. This devil's lies are coming to naught because the truth is coming out and it can't be stopped. Okay. Let's watch this from Dabu real quick because this is a sign as well.
Sweetwater.
Not the Sweetwater sign.
We have This is Dabu 7. We have reports now coming out of several states that there are birds being discovered.
Okay, this is unexplained mass bird deaths in Kentucky, Ohio, Indiana, Maryland, and Virginia. Concerned scientists. Whatever. They're going to explain that away. Dabu 7 yesterday. Okay, go ahead.
Deceased and dying, a lot of which have swollen eyes and seem to have something that's affecting their nervous system. Now, this is coming out of Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky, Maryland, Virginia, Washington, D.C., and West Virginia. So these are all kind of packed in together within the United States, all bordering one another, so to speak, running from Indiana here all the way up into Maryland. So there's something going on with the birds. It's affecting your everyday common birds, bluebirds, blue jays, and the eyes are swelling and there is a crusty discharge. So there's a massive die-off happening here. They're asking people that are observing sick or dead birds to reach out to local authorities to report these birds so they can try to get to the bottom of what's happening here. So just a heads up, if you guys are seeing mass die-offs of birds or any strangeness, reach out to someone locally and let them know what you're seeing. Some kind of disease going around here, killing the birds in mass. Wanted to make mention of it. As I get more answers, I'll relay them. Make sure to follow me on Twitter and join me for the live streams going live.
All right, another sign. Okay. Now let's get to this sign here. All right, save the best for last, right? And then we'll get some precepts. Said China. This is UFO Institute today. Triangle UFO sighted over Shanghai. It was sighted on the 21st of June. Okay. Which is a couple of days ago, yeah? Let's watch it. And many brothers have done videos on this. I'm just adding to it, skillfully adding. Look at that. It's a chariot. Are they going to explain this away? Oh, well, it's a cumulus cloud, and it just had a particular shape in it, and nothing to be alarmed at.
那个云现在成正红色了，彩霞。
It's clearly a three-dimensional object.
右转那个站是右转的，老白，你说路上。
哎，你看这个彩霞。
哦，我一看还是个彩虹的，这个人就飞过去的样的。
对，肯定的。
哎，还是真漂亮。看到了，看到了。
而且它是在云的上面，它云上对对对对对对，就很清晰啊。
这就是那个。
是不是外星人的飞机哦？
科幻片里边的一个飞船。你有发现什么？这个航空航天的。
我是皮毛，我只能听他们瞎胡说。
电解管的地方更高。
这是航空，我是航天。
我靠！
好吓人，陈哥啊！
靠，这事情搞大了。我真的人生尽失。
好吓人！
好清楚啊！越来越大。
And the heathen are dismayed. We love this, but the heathen are dismayed at the signs.
走。
Look at that.
真的是。我也拍到了。我现在真的好清楚啊。
All right, let's go ahead and get a couple of precepts on the way out. Let's get one on the chariots. This is Zechariah 5. Real quick, as they say, real quick. Come on now. Maybe not real quick. Zechariah 5:1. Then I turned and lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. Then he goes on to give you the dimensions. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof is 10 cubits. Then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. Right there, it was in China. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side, according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side. According to it, I will bring it forth, saith the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief, and into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name, and it shall remain in the midst of his house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stone. This is why are they afraid? Because they're about to be consumed with the timber thereof and the stones thereof. The heathen are dismayed at it. We'll get one more. This is Hebrews 10. Hebrews 10 and 37. For yet a little while, and he that shall come will come, and will not tarry. All right? He that shall come. Everybody knows who's coming. All right, let's get Habakkuk real quick. Two. Habakkuk 2 and 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak. What shall speak? These prophecies, and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. What will not tarry? He that's coming. Okay? 37. For yet a little while, and that shall come, and he that shall come will come, and will not tarry. All right, so with that, these are the signs that were very, very close. We hope that the elect were edified, and with that, we're going to say shalom.